I want to move on here to, like I said, the Canadian politics here, because Rob Ford is back in the news this week. He's been all over CNN and Fox. They've been talking about Rob Ford. Rob Ford is possibly the most famous Canadian on earth today. And I just want to, in the next segment, we're going to switch gears completely, so I want to cover this now.
Okay, go ahead.
If that's okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
In the next segment, you guys want to stay tuned for the next segment because your heads are going to explode. So go get some duct tape, wrap it around your heads, because your heads will want to explode in the next segment. But I want to cover this Rob Ford thing because, listen, 2 weeks ago we had a major election in Canada. Now, usually I don't like to bore the Florida audience and our international audience with local Canadian elections. It was a provincial election, kind of like your state elections, and it was in the province of Ontario. We had an Ontario-wide election, and the Liberals won once again. But they didn't win province-wide. They won in Toronto. Okay, Toronto is a major liberal. It is liberal mecca, is Toronto.
Right.
That's where all the liberals go to get their drugs and their free health care and their AIDS cocktails and their methadone and all this other stuff. And the Liberal Party, a political party in Canada named after a mental disorder, by the way, won the election, but only in Toronto. In the rest of the province, the Liberals had almost zero showing. But in Toronto, they won, so they took the province. So then the reason they won is because of Toronto, because there's 4 million people living in Toronto. The majority of the population of Ontario lives in that one city. And Rob Ford, he's the mayor of that city. Rob Ford was caught doing crack cocaine, hanging out with prostitutes, hanging out with gangsters, and drunken stupors all over town. He got caught doing all of that, and he was all of his powers as mayor were taken from him. And he was forced into a 2-month stint in rehab. He just got back this week, and that's why he's back in the news. And you can imagine, if you don't know what Rob Ford looks like, imagine Peter Griffin from Family Guy becoming an actual human being. That's what Rob Ford looks like and acts like. By the way, he acts exactly like him. He is a real person, Peter Griffin. That's what Rob Ford is, acting, the way he looks, his mannerisms, everything about this man. But here's what I want to say about this is I have some advice for Rob Ford, because guess what political party Rob Ford belongs to? He belongs to the Conservative Party, if you can believe that. And this is why they're giving him such a hard time, because he's not a member of the Liberal Party. He's a member of the Conservative Party. Now, here's the thing. He lives in Toronto. He's mayor of the Liberal Mecca, like I said. The city responsible for giving the Liberals a majority in Ontario, Canada, and he's a member of the Conservative Party. Listen, he's running for re-election. He's actually filed papers to run for re-election as mayor of Toronto. Here's how he could assure and guarantee a win. Now, right now, the way it stands now, he will not win re-election. People have had enough of this guy, right? Even the city council voted to remove all of the mayoral powers from him. So he's a mayor in name only, right? He's the titular mayor, I guess you might be able to say. But for him to win re-election, here's my advice to Rob Ford. Change party affiliation. All you have to do is drop your Conservative Party affiliation, join the Liberal Party. You will get immediate media attention, and then you will become a media darling. You went 2 months in rehab, and you will become a media darling. The media will fall in love with you. You've finally acknowledged who you are. You've come out of the closet, Mayor Ford, as a closet liberal. You're acting like them anyway. Why not just jettison your Conservative membership, join the Liberal Party? It will guarantee you a tenure as mayor of Toronto, and that is my advice to the most famous mayor, the most famous Canadian on the planet. Join the Liberal Party. Finally do it, man. Like I've been saying this for years on my own personal YouTube channel. I give the mayor of Toronto some advice all the time. Listen, if you want to stay mayor of Toronto, you've got to join the Liberal Party.
Well, Mike, that's
going to work for you.
Yeah, this is fascinating for those of us in America because, see, we don't have any conservatives who act like liberals. I mean, our conservatives are staunchly conservative. I mean, you know, what are you laughing at? I mean, did maybe something like John Boehner or John McCain come across your mind? I don't know.
I gotta wipe the sarcasm off my features.
I know.